Secret agent man. You know, they're not so secret anymore. But I guess, you know, I'm definitely willing to sacrifice my body. I think that's what people have come to expect from me, is when the game's on the line, you know, I'm not afraid of throwing my body around and diving in the crease or taking hits or trying to go through a couple guys in order to get a goal that my team needs. So I think, you know, the amount of punishment I take on a game you know, nightly basis is you know, makes some people cringe, but it's something that I've found I need to do in order to have success, or I'm willing to do in order to have success. And so I think, you know, both my teammates and the organization and the fans sometimes expect that out of me, and, you know, hopefully I'll be able to play and it won't be an issue. But, you know, every once in a while some injuries pop up and I got to deal with them, but just gotta go with the flow. Invesco's, I mean, amazing. It's always a blast playing out here, because not only the crowds, you know, unusually large for MLL, but they're also very into it, and they're very keen on like what's going on the edge of their seat as far as being knowledgeable about how to react to certain things. And, you know, playing in front of big crowds is awesome. That's one of the biggest reasons why I still play, and why I've always played is you know, in order to get out there and feel the emotion and the energy that you know, however many people, whether it's in, you know, a club game with a couple hundred people or a pro game with tens and thousands of people, that energy, that palpable energy that other people create is just absolutely phenomenal. And you can feed off that, or you can let it weigh on you and crumble, and that's what's so cool about it, is seeing different people and how they react to that and their personalities. You know, I love playing in front of a big crowd with all the noise and commotion and the tension. You know, it seems to calm me more than get me frenzied. And so I love playing here.
Hey, look, hey, big group, all right, let's go. Who cares? We can't control it, let's move on. Let's go, hands in, let's go. Come on, hey, we'll make us alive, all right? Offense, let's just be patient, let it down, team will be fine, all right? Down 3 minutes. Go, fill up,
The league right now? Well, I mean, I think in order to have an impact on the league, you know, your team has to be successful and winning in order to have a true impact. And, you know, if you just look at the top, you know, who's at the top of the league right now, and like in the East, you know, Rochester's having a great year, is very successful, and, you know, you got to really look towards Brody and Junior really carrying the load for that team, and Brody just kind of being on the field, making plays and just creating transition from defense to offense. And then Junior, you know, is in probably the toughest matchup in the league offensively, as far as how to stop him, and he does a good job of obviously putting points on the board and then creating opportunities for his teammates. So I think they're doing a great job, you know, as far as leading Rochester right now. Then you look out west, you know, LA, they just really seem to be really clicking right now. You know, led by Coach Tuck. It's really got them kind of playing as a cohesive unit, and it's kind of funny to see a couple old guys really leading the charge for them, you know, as far as Spenny Ford and Terry Reardon. It's kind of funny, just takes you back a few years to when they were playing at Towson and Hopkins respectively, and doing so great in college. It's been fun to see them having success, and especially having Mickey Jarbo in goal, another kind of blast from the past. And then, you know, coming back to our team, I think, you know, Philly's doing very well, and you look at a guy like, you know, Doc and Cage, who's just, you know, playing some of the best lacrosse of his life at this age, and really is, you know, still the best goalie in the league by far, and the biggest mouth, and can still get in people's heads. And, you know, Streves is having unbelievable years, probably the best athlete in the league. And then, you know, Uncle Roy with his fadeaway jump shot. You know, I think he's kind of reinvented himself a couple times over, and I think they're a huge part of our team. And just looking at other teams, you know, obviously Connor does a great job in Washington leading those guys, and especially with such a young core with, you know, Bill McClone and Kyle Dixon and Matt Ward, kind of bringing those guys along. And you know, obviously Mikey's doing a great job in Boston, and is always creative, and had that dive shot in the year, which is just, you know, obviously, you know, you got to stop and take a look at that again to make sure you really saw what you think you just saw. So I think that it's the league's at a great point right now where you've got a mix of kind of older guys reinventing themselves and working themselves in the mix, and young guys coming up from college in the last year to 2 years that really started making a name for themselves and understanding how the MLL works. So it's kind of a fun period right now. That's what's so great about this league is every team you play, you're going to go against, I mean, even tonight we're going to be going against, a midfield unit of Sims, Sankey, Law, and Langtree, which is just absurd. And then the attack that's got Mundy and Drew, it's, and Matt Brown, it's like, I mean, those core 7 guys, and it's like absurd. Like, they're just incredible. So that's what's so much fun about this league is every single team is a legitimate chance to win every night and has just a ton of talent. So I think that's what's so much fun about playing this league. It's holding up all right. It gets definitely banged up, and I definitely looking to take better care of it in the future. I kind of waver in how much training I do, but then it's hard because you're traveling a lot and doing camps. It's kind of hard to keep up with it. Right now, I'm actually playing with a torn left labrum in my left shoulder. I have to have surgery as soon as the season's over. So I guess the best answer would be not that well, but I think all in all, I'm holding up all right. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy teaching because it's brought so much joy to my life, and I have such a love and passion for the game that it's hard not to pass it along to the next generation of players. For the game to give me so much, I think it's really important to give back and make sure that the sport continues in the right direction, and that I want to have a legacy besides just playing on the field, and I hope that legacy is developing lacrosse. It's a better sport and better skilled players in the future than it was during my time. And then, what's so cool about it is by traveling and getting to know so many people is I can have an impact on people's lives, not only on the lacrosse field, but also teaching them, life lessons as far as how to treat people, how to, with respect, and just trying to have an impact on their lives more than just here's how you catch, here's how you throw, here's how you shoot, how you dodge, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I think is so special for me.